Boys! In this video we're gonna talk about the Bubonic Conjuror, the Mage Elite class, which is considered as the most OP class in IdleOn by many, and for a reason. With its ability to spit poison over the whole map, killing every monster instantly and making them respawn after just a couple seconds, plus having Cranium Cooking, which can give you hours worth of liquid regen in Alchemy, this class is definitely the best to play active on. However, if you want to use him at its maximum potential and start farming crazy amounts of money, statues, silver pens, alchemy liquid and so much more, there's a couple things you need to know. So grab yourself a snack and let's dive into it. Alright, so first of all I just want to say this whole video might be kind of irrelevant for you guys that haven't reached World 4 yet, but still could be cool for you to watch if you want to see what World 4 has to offer. So, with that being said, this video will be split into 4 parts. First we'll talk about how to set up your Bubo all around. The second part will show you every source of crystal spawn chance, because crystals bring you insane amounts of money, XP and rare drops. In third part, we'll talk about money farming, and finally in part 4, we'll discuss about drop rate sources for farming rare drops like statues, obols, and silver pens. So getting into part 1, there's a lot of talents that are very useful on Bubo, but here are the priorities. In tab 1, you've got your damage talents, Farsight for crit chance and crit damage, then mana booster to get more max MP, and later on every stats are helping. In tab 2, you've got your damage talents, stat boosting talents, and more mana. Tab 3 is a very important one. There's Tentacle Eye, Cranium Cooking, Suspicious Aura, and Sizzling Skull. They are the main priorities. Then you might want to upgrade every talent that affects your alchemy progress, or damage and stats boosting talents. You can get all of that once your Bubo is high level enough. Finally, in tab 4 you want to upgrade Chemical Warfare, Flatulent Spirit, and Raise Dead. They are your main fighting skills. Also, put at least 1 point into Symbols of Beyond. Then your extra points should go into more wisdom, damage, and family bonuses. You can also level up kills per kills if you're actually pushing portals active. We'll talk about star talents later while talking about the different topics. So here's how you want to place your talents in your hotbar. It's kind of important since the game will always prioritize activating the talents from left to right, and you definitely want to respawn as fast as possible and keep spitting poison at all times, so that's why I'm putting them in that order. For star signs, it's really depending on what your focus is, but they're a great way to min-max your setup. Let's say you need more damage, you can pick those two. If you have enough damage and want to focus class XP, you can always use those. There's a 5% drop rate that can be useful. And later on, if you're doing great on damage and want to get a little bit more money, you can use the 3% wisdom or the 1% all stats. This might be able to give you one more tier on the alchemy bubble, giving you more money every 250 stats. The post office has some very good bonuses for the Bubo. The ones to prioritize in my opinion are the alchemy box, giving you 47% brewing speed, 43% alchemy XP, and plus 30 seconds of cranium cooking time. Also the mana box for great mana increase and plus 10.2% faster cooldowns, which helps making enemies respawn faster. And you've got the drop box, increasing the crystal mob spawn. Once these 3 are maxed, you can then focus on some damage boxes. For obols, you most likely want drop rate obols. You can also include square money obols if that's your main goal. We'll talk about some other stuff like prayers and chips later on. So getting into part 2, we'll be going over every source of crystal spawn chance. Personally for me right now, I'm on a 1 in 43 crystal spawn chance on Bubo. It can get a little bit better than that, but the only thing I can still work on for now is waiting on the shrine to level up. So that's just to give you an idea on what you can be aiming for. Getting more crystal spawning is a big factor to get the most amount of money, rare drop like statues and obols, and of course the best XP, so that's why it's very important for your active Bubo. And now that you know every source of crystal spawn chance, there's actually one more trick you need to know, and it's how to snapshot chaotic chisel card. So let's say you're on a similar card preset with Boop card and Genie card doubled with chips. What you want to do is simply change preset where you will have chaotic chisel either on the top left or bottom right slot if you're doubling your cards with chips. Then open the gem shop, this will reset the map. And once you go back on the map, just switch back to your real preset. What this does is the effect on chisel card will stay active unless you change map or switch characters, so you get more crystal spawn chance from your shrine. And finally, once you have the chocolatey chip, it's definitely the star of the show. Every time you kill a crystal mob, there's a 75% chance of another one respawning. Alright, jumping into part 3, we're now going to take a look at every way you can increase your money multiplier to really help you optimize your money farming so that you can push those absurdly pricey stamps. And finally, after showing you all of those things that give you more money, there's the Jawbreaker prayer I'd like to talk about. This one has a huge impact on your whole money multiplier, but it's clearly a late game thing, especially if your goal is to use it while farming flums. So one thing that got me to be able to use it was getting to a 200% crit chance. It's definitely not easy to reach, but just know it's possible. That makes so that every hit you do is a mega crit, so yeah, you can imagine the potential, it's huge. Then when you get there, just don't level up Jawbreaker as much as you can. You need to see how much damage your poison does while at 200% crit rate, so level it up accordingly so you still one-shot Flambage. Alright, so part 4 is gonna be pretty quick. I'll just show you right now a spreadsheet of the highest possible drop rate obtainable, including every source of drop rate. So I'd consider taking a screenshot and try to see if you can optimize it or keep working on things like obols, meta sprayer, stuff like that. Before we end this video, if you're interested in the best maps to farm crystals for statues with Bubo, just know that the Maestro can ultimately be a little bit better for farming statues, but Bubo is a close second place, so if your Maestro is lacking, definitely use the Bubo to increase your statues. In World 1, you should farm on walking sticks. In World 2, you can farm either mimics or sandcastles. On World 3, you've got statues and rams. And for money farming and cranium cooking, the best maps in World 4 are TVs, sodas, and of course Flambeach. It's the best map by a pretty big margin. Alright boys, so if your main goal right now is to push your money multiplier as high as possible, just know that the main thing you can always keep working on is your total green mushroom kills. So in the next video, I will do my best to show you how I managed to reach 1 million green mushroom kills per hour. With that being said, I really hope you could learn a thing or two from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!